Hey guys, it's me, Meteor, and welcome back to Kirby Planet Robobot. Today we're going to be doing the arena. No guarding, no healing, no abilities, just straight up. Honestly, it's not really all that impressive. I mean, the true arena is much harder to beat. But either way, let's begin. Now here it kind of works differently with the true arena. Instead of having one hub where you get all the healing items at once, you actually we fight one at a time, and you actually fight the bosses one after another, and they get like a small little healing item afterward. It's a little bit different, but either way, same principle. Either way, we have Clinky Woods to start off with. Very, very simple. Already get 2 hits there. You're gonna throw some rock apples. You know, I just noticed they actually looked like rocks, or they're actually like rock apples recently, because it's kind of hard to notice. It's always fun trying to do a little garden, sync the music. Always a fun thing to do. Gonna run? That's cool. I'll just run as well. Yay! You're gonna stop soon. And there you go. Throw some more rock apples at me. And oh, you're not in the next phase yet. Okay, I thought you would be. One hit then? There. Oh, I couldn't grab that next missile. Oh well, no big deal. What you're gonna actually screw the place and turn on its side. Of course you are. I do like the whole 3D aspect of it. Pretty nice. And now we're in a confined space. Not really much we can do to escape. Thankfully, you don't really do all too much. You just launch missiles at me, which I could easily inhale. And I'm going to jump up and actually shoot these little things back at you. Whee! Hooray! Now you're going to try doing the little drill thing at me. You're going to get near me, try to aim, and bam. Clinky Woods is very, very simple. Once you learn this pattern, he is very easy. Of course, this is just a regular arena, so really, it's not really a big deal anyway. But yeah, you can see here you have a Maxim Tomato, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Never actually going to use it. It's just going to sit there in my inventory forever, basically. Now we have my favorite boss of all time, Holo Defense Appy. Alright, so now we have Holo Kracko here. Just gonna wait for it to attack. Alright, gonna grab that little thigh, yep. Yep, anytime now you could give me, you know, those like, what can I just like kill you? I mean, honestly, you're like at 1 sliver of health now, come on. And, aw, dang it. Okay, go on, just give me one last what'll do. One last one. There we are. Yay! Alright, Holo Doomers now. Just waiting for you to start your attacks. Yeah, not really all too much exciting here, honestly. I mean, I was never really a fan of these bosses to begin with. They, pretty much just waiting for the whole animation and everything, waiting for them to actually attack, and they're not really all too really scary to begin with. Of course, I can still use make mistakes. I'm fighting 2 things on the screen at once. Anytime you're fighting more, I could have just stuck there. Oh well, no big deal. Anytime you're actually dealing with more than one enemy at the same time, it's kind of hard to judge both on screen. Either way, it's just a small little bit of health there. We have Ice Dragon now. Holo Ice Dragon. He's gonna run after me, that's fine. Yep. Icicles fall from the ceiling, and messed up. I was just a little bit higher, but I wasn't. Pretty much just float above every single one of your attacks, except this one. Actually, I can float above that one too. Gonna get you to land down, and jump up higher this time. There we go, just one more hit, and I should be fine. Just one more hit. You got the Ice Shuriken, and I was gonna hope to actually inhale it. You're gonna shoot 2 of those, so be aware of that, and then die. All this stuff now is Coily Ratter, or that Holo Coily Rattler. I can never say that name properly. There we get out of the way there real quick. You're gonna start shooting those little electric balls at me. That's fine. Shoot you in the face. Shoot you twice in the face, one more hit, and you should be fine. So we're gonna grab this star, wait for you to come back around, and you're dead. Well, that was hard. And now we have the Holo Defense Happy themselves are going to attack us. I'm not sure if it's even possible to get hurt by these guys, because you even try to jump into it to get hurt, and it still counts as you defeating it. I mean, I guess if you kind of land on it, but you weren't actually, I don't know. It's like at the perfect distance where you can't really like run into it. I mean, I guess if you really tried, like you landed on it maybe, if you floated above it or something. Not sure why you would do that, but either way, it's possible. So I'm gonna jump over to those cherries. I don't need those. I'm gonna be facing Susie. Good old Susie. Someone pointed out that the actual attack uses here is actually similar to Mr. Duder. To be fair, I wasn't really a big fan of Mr. Duder to begin with from Return of Dreamland. I thought he was one of the most generic looking bosses from that game. His design didn't really appeal to me all too much, and I wasn't really a big fan of him as a boss in general. Either way, it doesn't really matter. This attacker is going to be floating above here the entire time, just waiting for it all to play out. And grab it, and there you go. Now you're on to phase 2. Gonna build yourself up a little tower here. You have these things which do almost nothing. They're just gonna kind of home in at you, I guess. But that's it, then they just explode. You can't really hit her much because she's staying up there the entire time. Now you can hit her though, just like that. It's gonna hit you that way. Inhale this. Aw, close. And phase 3. Yep, we're just taking you out pretty quickly. He's gonna open up the interdimensional thing which you can just fly through or something like that. I literally ran right. I forgot you actually did a shockwave, honestly. I thought that wasn't until your second fight with you, but whatever. Either way, you're dead. You did some damage to me, so good job, Susie. You, it worked. It worked out for you, or something. Hooray! Alright, so next up we have the Mid-Boss All-Stars. Yay! Hooray! These are always an exciting fight to watch. These are always my most fun fights in all of the arenas, because there's mini-bosses. They have some of the most, memorable attacks ever, and I'll probably still get hit by them because I'm stupid. We'll see. First up, we have Kibble Blade. Oh yeah, I can't inhale that. Right. Well, like I said, stupid. Run into me? Oh, you don't run very fast. You should probably like work on your running skills. You almost look like Mecha Knight. Haha. Oh man. Yep. And that's one down. Going to heal you for your power, or rather not your power. Never mind, that would defeat the point of no abilities. But just for your throwing power. Throwing stars. Hooray. Now, people always point out to me that when you dash, it actually does more damage than if you just like spit out a thing normally. The difference is very, very minimal. And most of the time, they actually are counted up to a certain way where, say you hit it 3 times with a star to kill it. Even if you dash, it'll still be 3 times. It is very, very rare, which where dashing and throwing a star will really have any effect on the entire play of the battle. Unless, say, maybe a boss takes like 15 stars, and if you use a dash on each one, it might take like 14 stars instead. But either way, it's very, very, what's the word? Situational. But by no means really worth it sometimes. Sometimes dash into an enemy could actually cause more issues than not. Like Dubior here. He rushes right into the enemy. He doesn't really do much of anything else in this phase. This is really his only real threatening attack. It's probably his only new one. He actually has things go out from the distance. You can't inhale them, but either way, dead. What's number 4 going to be? Oh, that was it? That was 4. I guess miscounted. Fair enough. Alright, now we have Mecha Knight. Speaking of Mecha Knight here. Not Mecha Knight Plus, but just a regular Mecha Knight. You still look awesome, by the way. Yep, your attacks are pretty much predictable. Only 2 missiles. Alright. Oh, I actually wasn't expecting that one. Oh, never mind. I was expecting you to like do the little spin down, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, that's another one's attack that does that. However, this attack I've never really understood. There's so much potential with an attack like this. We're gonna use Spark, but it's just like, hey, we're just gonna have Mecha Knight just walk on the ground because we can. Huh? Couldn't we like maybe think of making it like a Thunderbolt or something? Nah, not just have him walk on the ground. It'll be fine. It's like great idea. How did I not inhale any of those? Well, that's surprising. You know, Beanie has like an energy sword. You would think they would use a lot more ideas behind that. Instead, the sword is kind of more so an afterthought in the battle. That's kind of my only gripe with the Mecha Knight battle, is that it doesn't really feel like a sword fight at all. Like, once again, maybe that's the point of the whole battle, but to me it just feels like, I don't know. I personally think Mecha Knight would be a lot cooler if they made him kind of like a, I don't know, like a Mega Man upgrade, where he still has the same type of speed, agileness, and stuff, and he can actually use stuff with his energy. I think it would be pretty neat. But no, just, I don't know, I think it's really a missed opportunity in a lot of ways, but we'll get to that a little bit later. By the way, now we have Shadow Dedede. He is next up here, or Dedede Clone, I'm sorry, might as well be Shadow Dedede. Shadow Dedede Jr., basically. His attacks are like Shadow Dedede, except much less powerful. However, the first phase is always easy. It's the second phase which is more so annoying. The third phase is actually fun. So we have a boring phase, you have an annoying phase, and you have an actual fun phase. Your jumps are also very slow as well. Kind of hard to get by them. I'm surprised you haven't gotten into your second phase yet. Yep, there's going to be a shockwave. And now you're in phase 2. Gonna grab one of these stars though, just to get ready for it. Well, that's not the place I wanted to be in that section. Whatever, I still managed to avoid getting hit, so that's a plus. Now you're gonna go ahead and jump up, slam down. I'm gonna grab all of these and try to shoot it back at you real quickly. Aha, got all of you. Now getting them down to 2 is a lot easier, because then you can actually just, I would say, focus on one to try and get the stars from. Try to actually lead one's jump, and just try to avoid the others that way. I mean, there's no way you're going to be able to avoid, I mean, I'm sure there's a way to avoid all damage, but it's really, really hard to, you know, avoid all damage without abilities against Dedede Clone. Doing pretty decent-ish. I've noticed that, well, I'll get into it later, but these phases aren't really honestly too much different than their upgraded form, so to speak. However, now we're at the fun part here. The D3 cannon. Give me a star to work with. Come on, give me a star. Yes. 1 hit. 2 hit. Now let's float above this. Actually, need to get on this side. Get on this side quick. Ah, dang it. I'm only going to get 1 hit on you. Oh, well, that's all I need anyway. Grab this one. You're going to launch a bomb. Throw that out. Throw a second bomb. And it's going to launch a bomb right back at you. Doing some nice work on you. This phase is kind of interesting because I don't really see much, I don't really understand the military aspect of that attack. I mean, clearly, unless I decide to just go to the sides of the arena, you're not going to hurt me with that attack. But whatever. He shows out of his Mega Beam now. As long as you're floating, you would still avoid all of it. Doesn't really matter. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to finish you off. My bad. Aw, dang it. Ah. I can't believe I actually got hurt by that. Oh, you're not dead yet. Well, I guess we'll be floating above this attack then. I'm taking way too long on D3 cannon. Longer than I normally do. And dead. And thus they are destroyed. Either way, we have cogs now. No Kabula. Oh well, just cogs. The core operated gear system. I've combined several ideas, but people actually told me for that. People have some clever ideas actually, but I think someone said computer operated gear system. I'm like, core operated gear system sounds pretty cool. But yeah. Either way, I honestly think this version of cogs is a lot harder than the second form of cogs, because I think here the actual attacks come in a lot more and there's a lot more on screen at the same time. Whereas some of the other, like, crazy attacks are mostly just a bunch of straight shots. Either way, just one last hit, and you're dead. Alright, so what's next up on our list? Mid-Boss All-Stars 2. Yay! And I have like just about half my health. Maybe I have a little bit under half, I can't tell. Maybe I'm like 49% health. Can't really tell, honestly. Alright, Security Force. Here we are. What are you gonna do to me? I'm probably gonna fail miserably against you like I did before because, you know, apparently I'm terrible at mini-bosses against Security Force for some reason. Gonna shoot that, you're gonna shoot diagonally, so better jump up there. Float above you. Now you're gonna go to phase 2, which is you only have one more hit left. Dang it. Messed that up. Alright, well now I have about, it's probably like 3/5, 2/5 of my health left. Probably at that, maybe a little bit more than 2/5. Can't really tell. Oh wait, I can't inhale that. Good thing I didn't hit me though. I would have found out the hard way. Alright, one more hit. I'm just gonna run into a wall. Alright, well that saves things. Dead. Now that leaves Bunkers and whatever that name of the ESP one is again. I forget the name of it. I don't know. This attack has a nice showy display, but doesn't really do all too much. And Fire Hammer and dead. Telepathos, there we go. One more hit and you should be gone. Dead. Ta-da. Now comes the fun. We have Mecha Knight Plus now. And we have not much health. We have pretty much the entire finale bosses to go through. Well, let's do it. Alright, Mecha Knight Plus, let's begin. Now with even more scripted attacks than previously thought possible, we have Mecha Knight Plus. Why did I fall for that? I saw it coming, I knew it, but still I decided, you know, I'm gonna run right into it because that seems like a safe play. Scripted attacks, being able to dodge all of them without needing much trying at all because you're all scripted. You still look cool, so I'll give you a pass just because you look pretty awesome and pretty boss, but honestly, this is a big disappointment. Alright, at least phase 2, you have yourself your tail now, so there's that. Alright, you got your scorpion tail. You're gonna slam it down, yep. Gonna slam it down again. Yep, wow, dang it. Just wait this time. And then I'm just gonna float up here, because it's gonna do the whole, and then just gonna hit the center instead of hitting where I'm at. Makes perfect sense. I will admit that this looks pretty cool, but Honestly, it's super easy to dodge. You can also hit the base of the feet. I realized that one time I tried hitting the base of the feet and I messed up. And dead. Well, I have Haltmann and the entire Star Dream on this, red health, critical area. Although, fun fact, when you're actually in critical, you actually take safety damage, essentially, which means you actually take less damage than you normally would from attacks when you're near critical status. That means even though you're in a lower amount of HP, and you might think it might seem like a better idea to heal up to have more HP, but the better play in actuality is to let it go as far as possible and then healing, because you actually get more health that way, even though it seems like you don't. Just a little tidbit of info if you're trying to get through the arena or something. I'm not sure I only mentioned it here, but just thought I would point that out. I should have waited. By the way, I need to probably float up here pretty quick. There we are. Got it. Alright, phase 1 is down. You only have 3 more phases to go of yourself. I always love his laugh. Oh boy, Mr. Ammo Maker. That's your official name. I don't know what your actual official name is, but Mr. Ammo Maker sounds like the perfect name for you. Because honestly, that seems to be your only purpose, is to giving me more ammo to actually hit Haltmann with. Yep, that's doing all of Jack All, so just pointing that out. And you're gonna stop, and then you can float above you, and oh. Didn't need to float above you. That was all you needed. Granted, the bosses in the normal arena actually have less health than they do in the main game. So that's something. That's a little thing to point out. That is not true of the true arena. But whatever. Once again, oh my god, true arena spoilers! But it's been like 3 games now, seriously. You should just like come to expect it. Actually, yeah, this is the 4th game to have a true arena, actually. It all started with Kirby Superstar Ultra, which was the best idea they've really had, honestly. That was pretty nice. I like the whole idea of the true arena they came up with. In the same sense, however, I do feel that sometimes they make the bosses a bit too easy in the normal mode because of that. And it doesn't have the full... But either way. Now this attack, you want to actually run into him every time he jumps over you. That seems to be the safest play. I actually found that out after I beat the true arena with no abilities. I still didn't show you guys that video yet, because that's going to be the finale, where I did no abilities, no guarding, and that stuff. But whatever. I definitely healed because I'm not the crazy person who does it with no healing as well. I'm not that dedicated. I'm sorry. I have other things I need to attend to. I'm not saying the people who could do it don't have stuff to attend to, but honestly, I don't really have the time personally to try and deal with that. Honestly, that attack, I'm curious almost to know how much damage that attack actually does. Because there's a later boss that has an attack that looks super powerful, but when you get hit by it, you realize it's, if you actually try, you have to really try to get hit by it, but when you do, it's like, that's all it does? That's like, maybe like 1/5 of my health, and it's surprising. Either way. Yep, we're gonna shoot down your little Susies again. I'm just gonna try to inhale, try to get lucky here. Got it. Haha. Perfect. Oh, yeah, 1 shot left. You're at a sliver of health. Come on. I guess this would be a good example of probably a better idea if I actually dashed and hit them instead. Either way, you're dead anyway. Didn't really affect me all too much. Poor Haltmann. Alright. I'm going to replace my Maximum Tomato with another Maximum Tomato. Hooray! Now all that's left is Star Dream. The boss will probably take twice as long as the rest of the true arena itself. Okay, it won't take that long. At least this phase. But anyway... What's up, Star Dream? How are ya? What's up, buddy? Felt like it's been like, you know, a whole episode since I seen you last. Alright, let's see how quickly I can actually blast through your phases here. All your attacks are pretty pathetic. Whee! Just don't even need a barrel roll. Barrel rolling's for losers. Give me my ammo. And guide them. Ha! Perfect. Of course, I don't see invader armor coming in. Make sure you destroy it, otherwise it could be somewhat annoying. I didn't get much ammo from that, because you have to actually lock onto them after you actually do damage. So there's that. And now you set up a little heart shield again. I'm going to break your heart, unfortunately. You already made that joke. Did I make that joke already? Pretty sure I did. Alright, now I'm going to shoot all my stuff at you. Once you just wait for it. I'm going to wait for you to actually charge up first. Just avoid all the dark beam of death. It is not something I want to get caught in at all. Alright, you have about a third of your health left to go. And now you're going with your asteroid field phase. Aparoid, Aparoid. Yeah, that phase always, that attack always did remind me of the Aparoid battle in Star Fox Assault. Either way, Star Dream's down. Only 2 more phases to go. I always found the second phase to be the least entertaining out of all the phases. Although it's to be expected, it's more of like a introduction to something. I mean, the music's like very ambient. Like it's the perfect music to fit before showing the true reveal of what this thing actually is. I thought it was always a great music choice, but I thought the battle itself could have been a lot better. I mean, the music's not really upbeat, so maybe it's not supposed to be like a real intense battle. All the attacks are super slow. It's more so of unmasking type of battle more than anything else. I always thought it was a neat idea too, like blowing off the mask. Now, granted, I like the newer model of this a lot better. The second fight with this thing is 1,000 times better and 1,000 times more well planned, and probably like 1,000 times harder. I actually viewed it as somewhat of a threat in the second battle with it, but we'll get to that later. Here you're showing off like a bunch of missiles, which isn't really all too great. I wasn't really a big fan of the music at first of this, but the music really grew on me too. This attack is quite simple, basically just fly above it, to avoid all contact with the destruction. Alright. One more piece remains before you reveal your true face for the second time. Or rather, first time, technically, in canonical timeline stuff, but whatever. I want to defeat you as quickly as possible because that little arm attack's always annoying to deal with. Come on, can I destroy you before you do it? Can I destroy you before you do it? Come on. And there you go. Hi again, buddy. Meow. Try to inhale like Andros. I would hate to see what happens if you actually get inhaled by that. Maybe we'll find out later. I always love the way his face turns like that. I always thought it was pretty cool. I don't know. Now when I hear this song, I can't help but hear Gilva Sunner's version of it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not sure I can ever view this song seriously again. It's still an awesome song, but after hearing that version, it just... Oh, gosh. That encompassed a lot of damage to you. I get it. It's a compass. I should have waited until all those threes went away. That way, that thing wasn't useless. Oh well. I'm still taking away the damage to you quite quickly. My goal is to destroy before you even hit 1. Yeah, the first battle with this guy is actually really, really easy considering the whole build-up for it. The second time, though, oh man. But either way, spinning twos, yay! Come on, destroy. I gotta destroy before you hit 1. Haha, you couldn't even hit 1. I destroyed you too fast. Oh man. Your time is up. And thus we have done it. We have done the arena. So, next time in Kirby Trip Planet Robot, we'll actually be doing Meta Nightmare Returns. See you guys next time as soon as we finish up these stickers anyway. Alright. Alright, seriously. See you guys next time.